We made it? Yes, made it. All right, my friends, welcome back. No choice, open hours. We have to do it. Ignore my French fries. They were good. They were good. All right, let's pick up our few remaining tools so we can get on with this repair. Our culprit today, depending where you go, you can run into a bit of, I guess, ethics, not an ethical, moral issue. Different people handle different things differently. This Amazon Kindle Fire came in with a charging port problem. Let's go to the magical Sony. Sony, we believe in you. Don't fail us now. Okay, move you out of the way here for later. So it came in with a charging port problem, and upon opening it, we were only to replace the charging port, the screen cracked. Now, I've had an experience getting something replaced before I actually fully got into doing this type stuff, and I paid for a similar situation, but I had to pay for a screen because it was cracked in the opening process. Like when it was being opened, it was cracked, and some people do charge like that. However, I am under the belief that if it's here to get the charging port, wherever it may be, fixed, if it's here to get that part on, and you break that part, then you pay for that. You don't have your customer pay for the screen as well. Now, you can inform them that, hey, accidents do happen. And normally, I've never opened these. I only opened the 7 and 8 inch ones, never a 10. The process is very similar, but I opened it the whole way around, and it cracked coming down this side, just spiderweb. That was one little crack. So that one shot. We did get the replacement screen in, so we're going to go ahead and throw it in. But this is not their problem. This is not your customer's problem. This is your problem. If you break it and it's not there to get that repaired, that's your problem. Not all shops, in my experience, handle things accordingly or like that. So, if you're going to a place like that, you might want to rethink it and take your device somewhere else. We need to, one, we have to get this plugged in here. Two, we've got to stick down our adhesive, or get the display to stick to our adhesive. It's pretty sticky stuff. It's the red tape that we use. I didn't have the proper size, so I had to double line it, and hopefully it's going to hold. If it doesn't, I'm going to get the right size. The skinnier the tape, less holding power it seems to have. If it don't hold, we'll pull the screen back out and replace it. But for right now, we need to get our tweezers and lift all this adhesive. I went ahead and did this all ahead of time to save a little bit of time. I was actually in the middle of doing this, and I decided I would set up the live stream. You can unstick, or you can laugh at me the whole time. 1. Two. We have a few of these to go, so let's go ahead and work. Why are you so dark? Loser. See, I don't change any of these settings any day. It just gets so dark. 97%. ISO is auto. F4. F4 is the max. Drop the frame rate because I think we can actually go to 60, but that's not going to do anything. Where's EV? That should be EV comp. It isn't. Oh well, we're just going to deal with it for today. Oh, it's okay. It's the metering mode. It's assessing the scene. That's fine. Deal with the darkness. We're going to go ahead and keep peeling our adhesive off. And just, not all shops are like that with the making you pay for their mistakes. I'm going to say, I'm just going to go with a good number aren't, or a great many aren't, but there are some that are. And if you decide, well, just don't fix it, I'll take it somewhere else, then you're going to get charged probably some kind of crazy bench fee, which is understandable because you can't be wasting people's time. But then again, getting a ridiculously large bench fee that would basically pay for your repair just because you don't like their rolls. Yeah, I don't think that's fair either. Alright, come on, red tape. We need you off of there. We're burning the clock out. I want to tear this other thing apart and see if this part works. Is that? Alright. That was super sticky. I thought the adhesive was coming up with it on that one. Alright, this should be our last piece. I'm going to have to take a look and make sure. Alright, now we need to get our screen plugged in. And there's no easy way to do it other than just do it and hope the ribbon cable is going to be forgiving enough. There isn't much room inside one of these for that cable to move around. What do we do? Do we pull the bat now? Because then we'll be stuck in the same position. It's going to be a fight for the rest of the day with this, I can tell. Total war. Let's do it. Give me a moment. Alright, sorry about that. A customer had to pick up the computer. What's our time? Oh my goodness, I don't even know. We're not even going to get to the HP today. I don't even know if we'll get this thing buttoned up today. This is, yeah. You know what? Let's stand it on end so we can get the screen as close as possible and maybe plug it in. Alright, we'll zoom that out. Let's see if we can flip this over. Oh, there's no chance that's going to work. No hope. We're doomed. It's all doomed. You know what? Oh, there we go. That's how we're doing it. Alright, display is in. Now if it will only flip. Of course it will. Case. Necessary to replace those, I would say no. The only thing is it gives a weak point in the edge of the case where it could possibly flex and let it start breaking the adhesive loose. That was simple enough. That went in. We've got a little bit of something under that screen protector there. I'm going to call that good. We're gonna weight this down to have it. We'll spend a moment cleaning it up, snap it back in the case, and then weight it down to give that adhesive time to adhere. And we will let the customer peel off their thing. Sorry about that long silence. Like I said, customer picking up their computer. They had some questions. We almost had to connect it back up to let them try out the new thing going on, because it was different from their last login. They had an offline account because you could set up an offline account easily in an older version of Windows. The newer one, the option is buried, so we typically set up the online accounts with a Microsoft account. They didn't have one, so we created them one, and they thought they had to use it. They don't have to. You don't have to use a Microsoft account. And they didn't have like a Yahoo account or anything else. Maybe you can set it up with Comcast. I'm not entirely certain. Looks good there. Alright, let's flip this in here and get some weight. Get some weight on it. What actual time is it? 37. We'll spend a few minutes. We have an HP 15-F010WM computer here. It has a broken DC jack and a broken AC adapter. The DC jack quite possibly may work out of this thing. However, we got to open this piece of scrap up and find out. And I don't think we're going to have enough time, but we'll give it a run for it quick and see. Can we crack into the computer before... You're going to focus? It's a real thing. I promise you. I promise you it's a real thing. There it goes. Okay. Whenever I say I will try, I will actually try. But I never recommend buying used parts. I advise against it. And some people want to go down that road, though. You can't warranty a used part. You really can't. Yeah, I don't think we're getting into this thing at all today. That's what we need. We need a cordless screwdriver or a cordless screw gun. Wind these out fairly quickly. If anything, I see this DC jack being thicker than the one we need, or an entirely different body shape. But the guess I'm taking at it without seeing it first, or even bothering to look it up, and this is scrap anyhow, it looks to be the same, looks to be the same DC jack, and they just flipped it over so the light is on the opposite side when really it's not. It's upside down because it's on the opposite side of the computer. Pulling a ROM out. Let's pull our Wi-Fi card quick. I'll have this ready to go for tomorrow anyhow. And if it don't work, well then we got some junk to put back together. ROM screws, where are you at? And we only have two, and we don't have to change our screwdriver to get it. Ooh, what is that? What happened there? Who stuck a CD in on top of the ROM? Or is it a DVD? I hope it's not a... You don't see that too often. CDR, there you go. Good place to keep it. Nobody will steal it, that's for sure. Alright, we've got about 4 minutes to get this thing open. I would say we would know, and possibly if it worked, have the other computer about open had we not had customers come in, but that's fine. People gotta have their computers in this online world. Slave. You're slave to on the line. Give it up. Does you no good. Now the question is, ooh, that's another one just like under the optical drive. How many mistakes were made? How many were missed? We're looking now. Okay, there's that. Let's open this up. It does have a keyboard, so let's go ahead and pull this keyboard. Oh, that keyboard was soaked with something. Alright, there is our junk keyboard, we have a few ribbon cables to undo. And it seems like we have one there after we get the top case off, which is kind of weird, but okay. A few screws here. And let's see, what is the verdict? We should leave it at a cliffhanger of what the verdict is for this DC jack. Like right as I start to crack open the lid of the laptop, we get that dramatic, suspenseful Hollywood music playing. It fades to black right as you're about to see the DC jack. And we pick it up tomorrow, right? That'd be great content. Is that what you signed up for? Alright, I don't see how we can flip that up without breaking anything right there. So let's attempt to crack this open right now. This thing is filthy. It has had stuff spilled on it, stuff jammed into the cracks, and everything else. You did make it this far, so I congratulate you. Before I force it, okay. Don't be a dummy. You missed a couple screws. Told you I'd missed some. Who out there was watching pointed it out. 1 minute. 1 minute, it's clean up and go time. Alright. And survey says quite possibly we've got a dinger. If it looks, yeah, let's pull it. That's it. I told you it was just flipped over from one side to the other. And it has a little bit longer cable. Okay, so this person will be happy they can buy a used part. Why not just buy the new one? New parts are so much better, they'll last longer. Anyhow, thank you for tuning in. We need that. Let's get this stuff out of the way. We need that part for this here. I'll show you very quickly if it'll focus. It's not what I meant, damn it. That's what I meant. So you have this DC jack that will fit in there, and the light will be there. On the other computer, all it was literally, it goes on this side on this computer in that orientation with the light in DC jack. It goes on this side that way, and it's just flipped over, reversed. So it gets mounted here. In the other computer we just tore apart, it was there. Good news. We can tear this apart tomorrow. And to test our DC jack, we have another AC power supply. I don't know if I can show you this very quickly. Perhaps we can look in there and see that there is a missing pin. Maybe? Yeah, you can see where the pin goes, kind of. Let's turn the light off. There we go. You can see that the pin is indeed not there. It is broken off. Completely broken off. You can see where it went down in there, but you can't see, and I can't actually see a pin sticking up. If there is, and I'm that blind, then I am. Anyhow, there's a remnant of a pin. I'm going to test this size against a new DC jack, being that this was kind of proprietary and plugged pretty deep in. I'm going to test it against the newer one that we have here to see the length of the pin. It may not be broken. It may indeed. But the DC jack on this laptop is definitely missing its center part, the center part of it. You can see all the little metal pins there. They're supposed to be plastic in the middle for that blue tip to plug into. Anyhow, have a good afternoon, a good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Certainly it's one of those. If you're into this electronic age and fixing this stuff. It's a hobby, a passion. Awesome. Get it out there, share it, help somebody else out. If somebody needs it done, fix it for free. Or don't. Don't. There's options. Anyhow, thank you, each and every one of you, every time you click that link and come on over and hang out and get your hands dirty. Like, we'll be back again tomorrow. We're going to get this going and move on to some other stuff. Thank you.